It's Movie Time is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center, 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. Further details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.org.
The award-winning It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Kevin Carr.
And this is It's Movie Time.
Kablam.
And Kevin, we're talking about Jason Bourne.
I hear that you know his name.
I guess that's the way they promote it.
Yeah.
So Kevin,
Yes.
you know, people will think, all right, Matt Damon, it's been 9 years since he and Paul Greengrass, who is the director and also directed one of my favorites, Captain Phillips.
Yes.
That they're back together again.
Yeah. They had done, it was Doug Liman who did the first one.
Okay.
Like 15 years ago. And then Greengrass did the Bourne Supremacy and the Bourne Ultimatum. And then he and Matt Damon did Green Zone as well. So he and Matt Damon have worked together quite a bit.
And this is the fifth Bourne?
It's because there was those three. It's the fifth one because the fourth one starred Jeremy Renner.
That's right.
Because Matt Damon didn't want to work with Tony Gilroy and all that kind of stuff. Internal politics of movies.
Was it worth it for them to get together?
Well, here's the thing with the Jason Bourne movies. They're I think Universal's pulling them, trying to build them up to be like Bond movies.
Okay.
And I think that was essentially what they were trying to do with Jeremy Renner when they did the Bourne Legacy 4 or 5 years ago, because they wanted it to become handing the torch to somebody else. It wasn't as big of a hit, an August release, and so it didn't quite become the recast of James Bond.
Right. Yeah.
So they're trying to continue the Jason Bourne. The only problem with Jason Bourne, and you see this, a lot in this movie, is they've mined about all you can.
Don't you think they're hitting a wall?
Yeah.
I mean, and you are so right. I actually love the series. I love the character. I love Matt Damon as the actor. I love everything about it. I even love all those tropes, particularly the car chases. I love all that, but you've hit on what is my concern as well.
Yeah.
Where else do they go? His identity, now we got it.
Yeah.
His dad, we got it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Where else is he? And he's fighting the bad boys. You could put Tommy Lee Jones in here, and he's just like David Straighton and whoever else you had as the bad guys.
Joan Allen,
Yeah.
and Brian Cox. Yeah,
Right.
You had everybody from previous movies.
And they're all somehow involved with the government. And in this one, Tommy Lee Jones, and we're talking about, go to see this movie just to see Tommy Lone. Go to this movie just to see Tommy Lee Jones's face.
His sad basset hound dies.
Oh my gosh, this is Dorian Gray, man. I mean, it is just getting older and older and older. But he's a marvel as an actor. And he plays the director of the CIA.
Yeah, I mean, everyone does well, and Alicia Vikander's in it too, and it's nice to see her doing something that's a little more. So it's kind of neat to see her do something very mainstream like this.
Yeah.
The thing with this movie is I feel that everything that makes a Bourne movie exciting and fun to watch is there. You got, like you said, you got the car chases, the action, him killing people with random objects, I mean, you've got international locations, but the stuff that makes the Bourne movies good movies isn't there at all in terms of plot, character, any sort of development. Beginning of the movie, you get to the end, you kind of like going, did we progress anywhere? It seems very circular, and
that's right. What it is in the character arc.
Yeah,
it's not quite going
anywhere. It's sort of like
flat.
Yeah, it's sort of like the hills in Kansas, Now the thing is, and there's like one plot point that's like that you can tell was like, oh, this is our big stinger. I said this about Independence Day when it came out earlier this summer. I said, not only have we seen the stuff you've seen a billion times before now, but we've seen it already this summer. And like the character point in this, which is a kind of a plot point, I'm not going to say what it is, but we've seen it a bunch of times. It's in another movie this summer. Exactly the same thing.
And look at, before we get to that point, you're reminding me that I like the idea that that the internet becomes a monster.
Well, yeah, and that's a common theme. You see that in a lot of movies.
All right, and so when I'm struck by this mogul who is working with the CIA, and the danger is surveillance.
True.
and losing our liberty in the better cause of being able to see everything that's happening. And this so. But then I thought, I guess I've probably seen this before.
We've seen that in Ex Machina. We've seen that in the Now You See Me Too sequel.
Right.
I mean, almost the exact same thing with them going to a tech conference and something happening
That's
there
right.
was in the Now You See Me sequel. So you're right. There's some great stuff there,
But
it's all been done before.
Well, they're not going under the surface at
No,
all.
no.
But I will tell you what's beautiful. These computer monitors
Yeah.
are just gorgeous background, aren't they? I mean, these huge screens with all this stuff flipping in
Clicking,
and out.
beeping.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like the computers in Star Trek.
It really does. All right, Kevin, there is another film that came out a couple of days ago
Yeah.
called Nerve.
Yes.
Do you see any similarity?
Well, it certainly has to do with tech. There's a significant motorcycle chase in it.
Right.
Motorcycle scene. But no, you're right. It does. It taps into what everybody's worried about now, and when you got stuff in the wake of Snowden and in the wake of electronic surveillance and in the wake of like hacks for email, which we've seen very recently.
Right.
It's very much in the zeitgeist. So everybody's dealing with privacy.
Well, when you get a big bad boy like Vladimir Putin,
yeah,
who seems to be getting involved in this very topic,
yeah,
it's good.
yeah.
And it's
You're going to see more movies.
Oh,
more and more.
We are, but we need to get deeper into this baby.
What's different with Nerve, though, is it is about security, but it's about people just giving it away, and it's more about social media.
Yeah, it is.
And the story is that there's this game that people play. They can be a player or a watcher, and the winner is going to take home a prize. And it's sort of this. It's what's funny about the Nerve's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's a young adult movie.
Yes.
It plays on the Instagram, Snapchat,
Facebook,
and Facebook, YouTube motifs.
Yes.
Whereby you actually get hits that mean something.
Yeah. And it's on that live stuff, like a Periscope type thing, or live streaming through Facebook that they do.
Good, man.
Now, I think it's directed by the guys who did the Catfish movie, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
So you already have they already have sort of a history of dealing with social media. What's funny about Nerve, while it works as just a very disposable throwaway thriller, I mean it keeps your
It
interest.
stars Emma Roberts
Mm-hmm.
and Dave Franco.
Dave Franco, not James Franco.
Right.
Which is nice to see Dave Franco actually get. I mean, it's not like this is going to win him an Oscar or anything, but
No.
He's not just playing the sidekick or the obnoxious kid. He actually has a role in it. It's the kind of movie that, like, I think my parents would watch and be terrified of what social media is, and then my 15-year-old
Right.
son would watch and be like, it doesn't work that way.
It's a great showcase for smartphones
Yes.
and the youth culture, and it would scare the heck out of the older people.
There's a lot of disbelief to get. I mean, like, you got Pokemon Go, which you can't even load onto on a consistent basis, yet everybody's somehow hooked onto this. And who's keeping these servers running is what I want to know.
And my final word on Nerve, well, besides the fact that it is about a connection with the internet, it is about our obsession. But
There's obsession of voyeurism or putting yourself out there to be voyeured.
It is the worst motorcycle sequence I've ever seen. Worst because I've ridden one for 35 years, and what happens there scares the heck out of me. the thought of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing I think that's the thing about both of these movies is viscerally they're exciting and fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
I actually have to say that I think that Nerve's a little bit better of a movie because there's actually a plot.
That's you may be right, but I'll tell you, Greengrass knows how to pull off a chase.
Action's great.
Wow,
It's
the
there.
action for Jason Bourne is great. Look,
It's a great
I
movie.
thoroughly enjoyed Jason Bourne. The
Okay.
audience did. It is I think, as you said, every bit as good as Jason Bourne has been.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we as critics worry about the future with Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Matt Damon's future since he's a producer of this. And
Well,
I think
he's-
he'll make back his investment, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's got other stuff that he
I
can
know
do.
he does. I know he does.
He's got a friend, I think.
All right, Kevin, we've had enough fun with this. The film is Jason Bourne. Kevin, you're great.
I'm going to be kind of harsh on it
Okay.
because the other ones have been like A+ movies.
Oh, yeah,
for
that's
me.
right.
I'm going to say B-.
Okay.
It's there, but it's not a great movie.
Well, I'm a sucker for a good thriller, so I'm going to award it a B.
Okay.
But that's two movies we're offering our audience that just opened up this week.
Do you want-
Jason Bourne and Nerve. Do you want to give Nerve a grade?
I'll give Nerve a B plus.
All right.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I will give Nerve a B minus.
Okay.
And I think we're offering some good stuff for summer that's waning.
The last weekend of July. Get it while it's hot.